Hi everyone, in today's video I'll explain how MRP works in SAP Business One. It's not a detailed or a long video, it's a very short video which will show you the basics of MRP calculation, like how SAP calculates the material requirement planning. And if you are not an SAP Business One user, don't have to worry. Still, this video is helpful for you because it explains what the MRP should be or how someone should plan out the material requirements. So basically, MRP revolves around three key things. Number one is the stock on hand. Stock on hand is the physical stock you have in your warehouses. Number two are the supplies. Supplies are the purchase orders which you issued to your vendor and you have a confirmed delivery date. Or if you are a manufacturing company, so something is in work in process and you have a confirmed date of completion. So that is also a supply for you. Or maybe you have multiple warehouses and you have transferred something from warehouse A to warehouse B where there was a demand. So for warehouse B, it's a supply. And demands. So what are the demands? Demands are basically orders received from your customers or requests from production to consumer raw material or semi-finished items. So the material requirement is basically stock on hand plus supplies minus demand. So if the answer of this equation is in minus, then it means I need more material in order to fulfill my orders or in order to fulfill my demands. If the answer of this equation is in plus, it means I have sufficient stock either physically in warehouses or in pipeline to fulfill my demands or to fulfill my customer orders or production requests. Now, once you execute the MRP wizard in SAP do all these calculations in the background for all the items and it recommends you three different things. Number one is buy, produce, or transfer. So if an item is marked as a purchase item and you have marked that item to be purchased as a result of MRP recommendation, then SAP will recommend you to buy that item. If an item is marked as a make item in the planning tab on the master data, then SAP will recommend you to produce that item. And transfer is if you have stock of an item in another warehouse that can fulfill the demands in the warehouse where you have requirement. And definitely system considers the demands in the other warehouse where stock is available. Let's talk about in more detail about demands. So what what exactly consists of demands? So first of all, sales orders received from your customers. Then sales blanket agreements you have with your customers and they are saved in SAP Business One. Reserve invoices, sales quotations, recurring order transactions if you are using the recurring transactions. Forecast. Some people use forecast that they don't use sales documents, so they don't want to have MRP based on sales demand. They do the forecast at the beginning of the year for every quarter, for every week, or for every month, and they want to use that forecast in their MRP design. Production order. Okay, production order in the demands are basically for the components. If you need a raw material or a semi-finished item in a production order which is released or which is planned and there is a due date on that production order, so that component or that semi-finished item will be considered in the demand of the MRP. And then the defined inventory levels, for example, you have minimum inventory levels defined in the item master data. You must retain the stock of specific item and inventory transfer request. Okay, here the inventory transfer requests are the ones where where the warehouse in which you are executing the MRP, that warehouse has a demand. That warehouse is the true warehouse basically. It's not the sender warehouse. And then stock in hand, which is crystal clear, the physical stock. And in supply, we have purchase orders issued to the vendors, purchase requests, purchase quotations, purchase agreements, production orders. Okay, here the production orders are for the parent items or finished items, which are supposed to be complete within the due date or within the date range, I mean, which have due date in a date range of MRP. Inventory transfer requests, which you are supposed to receive from the other warehouses. Once the system do the calculation, then the system recommends either to buy the item, and you do have a feature in SAP to create the purchase order or purchase request in bulk. Because imagine if you are dealing with thousands of items and system recommends you to purchase 500 items from 50 different vendors. So if you have to create 50 different purchase orders, it will be a very difficult job. So there is a mass wizard in SAP. You can execute that wizard or use that screen to create mass production order or mass purchase request or purchase orders. And same event for inventory transfer. And for make items, you can also create production orders through the order recommendation screen, or you can also create it one by one. It's quite interesting. If you are interested to watch a demo in SAP Business One, please click on the link in the video description. And thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe.